Hey everyone, it's Vismaya Rubin, founder of Living in Gratitude Today, teacher, speaker, best-selling author. But you know, my favorite role is that of a gratitude gangsta. What? So, I wanted to just talk this week about. First of all, I want to apologize because I dropped the ball and I didn't send an email out on Thursday or Wednesday because the truth is I was finding fun this week was a little challenging for me. And I was kind of caught on the fence between wanting to have fun and then wanting to be socially conscious and socially responsible and really having a struggle with it. How do I do that and be both of those things, have fun and be socially responsible? And I was also working on simultaneously the 100 things that I loved about myself. And I got stuck there too. And then I said, well, do I talk about it? Do I not talk about it? Do I share it? Oh my God, what are people going to think? How can I be a leader? And then have these thoughts going through my head. And my 50th birthday is literally around the corner. And it's been a bit of a challenging time for me. But I'm sharing this with you because a couple of things have happened. Number one, I am so clear that if it was not for these tools, the gratitude tools, I would have beat myself up. I would have probably wanted to just put the covers over my head and ignored the whole situation. I would not have seen the little gifts that have come my way, but it is because of a very strong gratitude practice and knowing that our thoughts create our reality. And having those tools that I'm sharing with you all the time, having those tools in my own toolkit have given me the ability to see some of the magical gifts that have come this week. One just happened today. So I went to see my mom. We were sitting at the same place, the door, far apart. There's always somebody right next to us. And then for whatever reason today, she's told my mother, you can sit outside. Now it's hot. It's like 93 degrees outside, but if I tell you the heat index is like all over the place. I just went and got my mother some things that she wanted. So now we're sitting outside. I'm sitting on the ground next to her. I'm not touching her because I don't want to touch her because of the fact that they are one of the only nursing homes that does not have one case of COVID. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, man, it's hot. My mom is kind of dozing off because it's hot. It's like you could feel like the African dust coming up your nose. And in an instant, I realized that I got exactly what I wanted. I got to spend 5 minutes with my mother, face to face, without somebody next to us. I didn't touch her, I didn't want to, but I got to be 6 feet apart from her and in her vicinity. And it was liberating and exciting. And then I thought to myself, a couple of things. Am I asking for everything I want? And thank God I have this practice. Because of this practice, I'm able to see that I got exactly what I asked for. So, I've been going through and listening to some of my favorite positive psychologists and listening to some of the things that people talk about. The bottom line is this. Life is going to happen. We need to be able to talk about what we're feeling rather than suppressing it and pretending it doesn't exist. And practice looking for 3 things that are unique to the day that you're grateful for. The research used to say, write down the things you're grateful for. So I wake up, I'm grateful that I'm alive, for my head, for my hair, my eyes, my But the real power comes, the shift comes when you are looking for those things that are unique to the day. And I've talked about this many, many times, but it was really reiterated yesterday when I heard this talk, and I listened to it like 3 or 4 or 5 times because it was very interesting to see the way the brain works and to see what happens. And the way it was described is like this. It's like having an app running in the back of your mind. So you could be going through your day and it could be challenging. It could be all these things. You could be up to your eyes in work or trying to problem solve or bored out of your mind, whatever the case may be. But because you have that app running in the back of your mind that says, look for things to be grateful for that are unique to the day. That app is constantly looking and searching, and you will find them. That is where the shift comes in. So it's great to declare, today's going to be a magical day, because that sets it up, that starts it, that lights up that fire. And then you're training your brain to look for it. And it's interesting because feeling the way I've been feeling the past few days, I'm not depressed, but I'm also not overjoyed with excitement. My 50th birthday is an interesting thing, and I'll share with you in a couple of days. I'll share my whole deal with that. But the powerful piece here is that had I not been practicing gratitude, I might have missed the fact that I got exactly what I wanted. So if there's two things I leave you with this week is, number one, wherever you are is perfect. Trying to be a role model and a leader and all of these titles that we put on ourselves can sometimes be very draining. So acknowledge wherever you are, and I've been saying that throughout the pandemic. Acknowledge where you are. Feel what you're feeling. And the most valuable tool is to look for things that are unique to the day. And I really believe that has been my power and my saving grace as well, Yesterday I was with my nephews and we went for a walk, and I haven't really spent time with them because, again, of the pandemic, but my brother had surgery, so I wanted to make sure that he wasn't alone. My sister-in-law had to do something, so I went there to be with him. And I got to go for a walk with my nephew, and we got to see this big iguana, and I got to teach him how to make memes on Canva and just little silly things. But it was those moments that I got to celebrate. It didn't matter to me in the whole life, my whole feelings and everything changed, but in those moments I got to experience that bliss. So again, I invite you to take it on. Look for those things that are unique to the day and really have that be your practice, and write it down, because when you write them down, most of the time you forget the things you wrote down. What a great tool to go back and to see all the things that you've experienced. So I am Vismaya Rubin. I'm going to add that not only am I a gratitude gangster, I am a manifesting machine, because I manifested getting to see my mother for a few minutes face to face without anybody near us. We both had masks on. I did not touch her. I didn't touch anything she was touching, but we got to be together. So that was pretty huge for me. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great week, and really share on our Facebook group. I'm the only one who's been posting, and I see who's checking it out. So please share with us. Let's create community. Let's create a juicy community where we can all go in and talk about the things we're grateful for. And if we're not feeling so much gratitude, we'll pick each other up. Have a good one.